We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
Shorty.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Forced out to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Hey, 4 down. Here we go. Back. 180. Sunday.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Ram. Great. Liz. Hey, stack. Lion. 82.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. They run with Ajayi. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jaron Reed forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Go. Here we go. 120. I'm bringing it to you.
Here's Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. To throw is Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gehring. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
To throw, it's Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now it's Ajayi, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play a long game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. K.J. Wright in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, here we go. Like 20. Lion. Black.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, Being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tempo. 18, 14. Gotta go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw underneath to Davis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 39 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Go.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Leaves it for Petty. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Petty. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Frank Clark in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let one fly into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Don't take forever, okay? 14. What? All right, Manny. There. Tempo. Gotta go.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage.
Still done. 4 down. Gotta go.
Here's Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ram.
They'll begin the drive with a jag. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Here's a give to Penny. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. 2nd half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
14.
2nd half starts with a run by Davis. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Brought down by Nate Gary.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about it.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Frank Clark in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation...
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Elliott now to kick this one away. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Go, 14. Gotta go.
Third and long, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. It's a big play on third down for the Seahawks. 45 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On third down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. After the interception, here's Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Janikowski good with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter now.
Come on now, let's go.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down. Wentz now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 40 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 8 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And out now come the Seahawks. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
14. 19.
Wilson now to throw on second down. He hits Baldwin right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Gotta go. 19.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Wilson will throw again. Open man, it's Vanette. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Back to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target. And it's second down. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jaron Brown from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here. But if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Man flag 7.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh.
Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
82, 82.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Run. There we go. Back. 120.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
One final try now for Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
77.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cam Chancellor in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now Wilson down around his goal line. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Nice move on the play, but he will be brought down shy of the 15. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. On 1st down, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Penny. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Not today, baby, not today.
Spread left, spread left. Bang out, bang out. Bam, bam. Hey, hey.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Be ready for one word. Be ready for one word. Be ready. Be alert, be alert. Gotta go, gotta go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Wilson. And that's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. 3rd down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
12, 14, run it.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he works free. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. And this is caught at the 8th. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 27 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And it's up and good. to kick is Janikowski. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They go play action here on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Barkevious Mingo in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going deep for Brown. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium. Combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here. Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On 2nd down, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
95. Let's go, 14. Start it. Hey. Come on, tempo.
Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
Zebra. Let's go, D. Start it. Motion.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll run with Penny. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McDonald. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First down now, but that clock rolling.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
77.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 56 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
12. Try it. Gotta go. 14. Try it.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Be alert, be alert. Tempo, tempo. Right, 380. There. Gotta go.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Wilson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Right, 280. Got it. Still got it. 4 down. 40. Hey. 40. Right.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
Spud left.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And that will make this a 16-point lead. To kick is Janikowski. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now Wilson on first down. And Davis with it left side. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hang out. Man. Hey, over here. 40.
Now Wilson on second down. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Take both of them.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dumps that off to Penny, his running back. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Here's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Spread left, spread left. Got it. Move 15. Gotta go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
With that kind of loss of yards, that is usually an error by the guy carrying the ball. At the 1-yard line, you can't get too fancy there. You just got to try and plow forward and get what you can.
It's just a disaster. You go back to the 6 after you were at the 1. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Michael Kendricks In there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Quarter.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now Ben on third and long. Flush to his right. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
Eight.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception.